Thank you very much. It was entertaining and very enlightening. I don't know of many regulators or many courts who think so futuristically, or at least who are thinking where the world is going and what can be done with it. So
DIFC, Singapore, and
Hangzhou, I'm not sure. Singapore, I live there, so I know. I work with them, so definitely yes. But they're not coming out in the open like you are, and that's what is more required, I think. So guys, thank you very much. How many of you have Netflix and regularly watch Netflix? And how many of you have seen a season called Black Mirror? Okay, great. I'm a big fan of Black Mirror because it's scary. It's scary what the future looks like, but at the same time, it's very realistic what they're showing there. How drones are going to be there, how we're going to be rated, how I think artificial intelligence and machine learning is going to take over. There's a blockchain element in it. I strongly insist that you guys go and watch Black Mirror. We are LALA World. I'm not sure where we are. How do we start? Okay, great. So LALA World, I'm the founder of LALA World. We started LALA World about 2 years ago. Prior to that, I was a banker with J.P.Morgan Deutsche for over 10 years in US, in London, Singapore. I still live in Singapore for the last 9 years, and I left banking out of the love for my mother. She was very sick, and I wanted to spend more time with her. But during the process, I learned that I need to give back. We all need to give back to the society. There are over 2 billion people. Excuse the Korean here. I didn't have time to make another presentation, so I'm just using the Korean version that we presented last week. There is a massive problem. We have about 2.5 billion unbanked, undocumented, illegal people. Nobody thinks of migrants, farmers, people living in remote towns. A lot of suppressed people, which everybody is trying to help. Technology has drastically improved over the last 50 years, but the plight has not improved. An example that I always give: if you look at the migrant, and we are at the hub of the migrant community here in UAE. There are over 10 million migrants here, mostly coming from Southeast Asia. And we did a survey. We went on ground and we did a statistics that every migrant, on an average, stays here or in Malaysia or wherever they go and work for an average of about 8 years. Every 2 weeks, they're sending about 2,000 dirham back home to his mother in Bangladesh, his brother in Sri Lanka, kids, parents, anyone. And the money is immediately used because obviously these guys are deprived of cash. And this guy continues to send money. Every time he sends money, 1,500 dirhams, he ends up paying approximately 10% in fixed cost to the exchange, in FX cost, and then his mother or his brother have to pay an extra cost to the Western Union or the money transfer operator to collect that. 10%, 150 dirham is huge for this guy. This guy is struggling for 5 dirham every day. And imagine every 15 days he has to pay 150 dirham. And that's not even the worst part. After 8 years, on average, he'll go back every 2 years just to visit his family if his employer will allow. After 8 years, he goes back. His wife has run away with his own brother in 90% of the cases. It's not even a joke. His parents are dead, mostly. he has no money because he sent all the money back home, and he has his kids don't recognize him because they've never met him, they've grown without him, and these are the issues living here in the blockchain world we don't even think of. What's the use of this blockchain if it's not helping the humanity, if it's not helping those 2 billion people, 1/3 of the world's population? Come on, guys. And that is why, just on that note, we have started a worker salary saving scheme where every worker on the wallet, we preserve some for them. And we are creating a global network of banks where the worker, portion of his salary or the remittance or the lending or the other products that I'll mention soon, are invested in a fund which then return. And as soon as his employment ends after 8 years, 4 years, 3 years, whatsoever, within 15 minutes, he will have money in his bank account in Bangladesh in his own name. So this is saving for him for 8 years, so that at least he has something when he goes back. It's a bonus for him. That's just one of the little things we're trying to do. We're also trying to work with NGOs across the world, Closed Box Foundation in India, for example, where we have been doing drives of distribution of clothes. You, me, all of us are throwing away clothes all the time. But these guys, you know, in the heat, in the cold, in any weather, don't even have bare minimum to wear upon. The kids are roaming about. Again, we are the lucky ones. We have been seeing the Dubai malls and the Louis Vuittons of the world, but that population is really suffering. We don't care for those guys, and all of us are here together because hopefully for BlockSocial, and that is what we want to achieve with BlockSocial. That is what we want to create a better life using blockchain, and that is the mission of LALA World, make human lives better. Everybody wants to change. You want to change, I want to change, the governments want to change. United Nations sustainability goals, they want the change, but for the last 100 years, change has not happened. The Ford Motors, the Diners Club, the gold bullion, the internet of the last 20 years, the lives, our lives, my lives, your life has improved, but their life, the poor people, they keep on suffering. So I personally believe that blockchain comes in a blessing in disguise. I went into blockchain in December 2012 when my ex-boss from Deutsche, he said, I've got a rig at home, I've got a mining equipment at home, and me being a commodities investment banker, I thought he's taking the piss. And we went home, he taught me this is blockchain, this is computer, and I told him to off, and I'm not going to be a part of this. And for 3 months, I didn't touch it. Till such time that we invested money and we got some rigs, as we call them now, from Sweden. We lost $500,000 because the rigs never arrived. And in the process, we learned a lot about blockchain, what it is, how it does, et cetera, et cetera. And during same time, whatever we were going through, we decided that we have to make human lives better, and LALA World was born in 2016 June, and we are working with 50 over global partners today. We believe strongly we cannot do this alone, and the best way to reward these was to create a parallel financial ecosystem. A financial ecosystem which at that time we thought could be totally decentralized. We are the kings, we are techies, we are the finance guys, we can make this happen, but I think decentralization is still a bit far away. It's 5 years, 10 years, I don't know, but the world is definitely getting towards decentralization. There is niche markets already popping up, be it music, be it content, be it open bazaar, be it e-commerce, anything, even finance. There are protocols being built on decentralization. We've been studying and R&Ding, and we have very good friends. Sergey has joined us from Belarus, one of the best blockchain guys I know. Token Asia, Clinton, one of the best consulting teams that we know. Sorry, he's here. and 50 over global partners. We've been working very closely to see what can be done. And decentralization is coming. Imagine 5 years from now, you call a cab. You probably don't even have to phone. You don't even have to pick your phone. You just think, I want a cab. And the cab comes. It's an autonomous cab, comes to your house. The cab is called Pinky. And Pinky, the cab itself calls you and says, I'm there. You sit in the cab. Before you sit, your favorite music is playing. Your favorite drink is out there in the fridge in the cab. It takes you to your location, puts gas on the way, and pays through Pinky's wallet, decentralized Pinky's wallet to the gas station, drops you, says goodbye, and gone is Pinky. And you are there. This is not future. This is happening today. There are experiments, there are pilots already happening and such. In the desert here, they're already doing extensive trainings and extensive pilots on flying cars, autonomous flying cars, pilot-driven flying cars, all kind of flying cars. June, they are saying it should be here, or by 2020, definitely it'll be here. That is the kind of future we live in, and that's why I recommend go watch Black Mirror, because it is scary. But I think decentralization is the key. That is where we will start driving decisions based on machines. The only scare is the machine takes over or a crook takes over that machine. We also have another element, which is democratization, and I think that is where decentralization and democratizing goes hand in hand. Like I said, everybody wants to make a change, but there are elements who don't want to do it. There is definitely a lack of education between these poor, ignorance, not always a bliss, but these guys take it for a given. The migrant takes it for a given that I have to pay that 150 dirhams. Nobody's there to teach him that, buddy, you can keep the money in the bank and actually send a SWIFT and it'll be just costing you 25 dirhams. But it's ease of comfort, it's the way his peers are doing, and nobody's there to teach him. And we are trying to make that change, and we are trying to make that change with our global partners, with everybody on board. We are a pure B2B2C company. We are a wallet, LALA Wallet, that is our platform, where we have vendors on one side and we have various partners on the other side. 4 main products. My colleagues keep on telling me I'm a fool because I keep on focusing on LALA ID, LALA ID, LALA ID. For me, LALA ID is the baby. LALA ID that's what's going to change everything. It's a 5-star rating, like the first episode of Black Mirror. Sorry, again, and we have created into a global e-passport, e-KYC thing with biometrics, medical records, education records, a most comprehensive ID already on blockchain, where the idea is to provide a digital identification to the undocumented. Many companies trying to do it. Don't get me wrong. From Civic to Selfkey, CoinFirm, Datatum, all these guys on blockchain. But where we are also trying to focus is illegal guys. There are about 1 billion illegal guys in this world, be it the Syrian refugees, Rohingyas in Bangladesh, or illegals by choice in Malaysia, Dubai, etc., etc. But most of these guys are not illegals by choice. And if you go to United Nations, they tell you off for calling them illegals. In the Constitution, you can't even call, there's not a word called illegal. And we want to digitize and identify these guys, and by working with United Nations and by working with the bank, by working with governments, regulators, NGOs, to start identifying these guys. That not only gives me a social business, it gives me data, and it leads to my other products, which is send, spend, and lend. Spend, where in the wallet itself, think of a global Uber wallet where you don't have to change a wallet every time you go to a different country. You don't need a different bank in DBS in Singapore and Mashreq in UAE and Barclays in UK. You have LALA wallet, you have LALA bank, that's enough. Just carry it with you. Trying to free everything, trying to create free decentralized banking. We already have these products working in Malaysia and India, and we are rolling out to many, many countries this year because the product took time. Now it's just plug and play and partnerships and blessings from the regulator, where we are creating a global digital bank. Spend, send, and lend. Spend is LALA Pay, which is paying your bills, utilities, recharges across 140 countries today. Send is LALA Transfer, which is cross-border remittances, particularly targeting and starting with the migrant community and moving on to the urban populace. And the last is LALA Lends, which is direct micro lending or even nano financing across about 10 countries today, and will be rolling out to more and more. And there is a peer-to-peer exchange under LALA Lends. We have already got a lot of users, a lot of partners, like I said, and our strength is technology. I'm very proud to say that the entire tech was built in India. People keep on telling me that we have the best blockchain guys in Eastern Europe and in Lithuania and Canada and Russia, of course. Yes, they are. They are the pioneers, and obviously they have the best build. But we Indians are very smart. We duplicate everything and we catch up very fast. And that's what we have done, and we have over 50 blockchain developers now working on this and other products, and we are training more and more to build a world-class blockchain team with partners, of course, with a lot of guys who've been helping us building that. And just I won't go through this case study because I've already mentioned how migrants do it and how we're trying to save it. And then we just don't want to be touching migrants. It's also about students, international travelers, farmers, workers, women entrepreneurship, etc., etc. And we're rolling out to one audience at a time, one geography at a time, and one product at a time. Product-wise, send, spend, lend, that is the focus. We'll also come up with LALA Insurance, LALA Card, LALA Wealth, etc., etc. LALA Health is coming soon, LALA Foundation, LALA Care. On the geography side, the focus is Southeast Asia, Middle East. From here on, we're moving into North Asia. We've just in the process of buying a small UK finance payment institution, and also on the final verge of a discussion on acquisition in Canada and US. I have not touched Africa and South America yet. I am scared. I don't have time, and I still do not have reliable partners. But my request, if you know anyone, if you think anybody wants to add value, you personally, your peers, your network, anyone, please feel free to get in touch with us. We are always there. You can email me. I'm on LinkedIn. I'll always reply directly to you. And we did an ICO in January. We quickly closed it, and I would say we are blessed to have a very strong and very supporting community from day one. Not only giving us continuous feedback and in a very positive criticism, but also motivating us when we are down and supporting all aspects and coming up with weird ideas all the time, which we respect and love. Like I said, very, very clear roadmap. We want to send, spend, and lend, and then move into other things. And those are the geographies over the next 18 months. And we want to create world's largest global digital bank on blockchain. We are blessed. We are almost there. We are on the right track. We're working with regulators across the globe. We're working with governments across the globe because even today, without their blessings, we really can't move. And we're taking each and every regulatory approval that is required. The end goal and the first goal remains the same. We want to make human lives better, and we continue to focus on that. Few values, what we want to achieve. You know, in the end, I just want to say we are here to make human lives better. In the process, we are not creating a charity. This is a social business. This is a business that provides for itself, provides for the investors, provides for the teams. We want to partner with as many people as possible. We want to leverage on the existing infrastructure. We're not going to build our own infrastructure. We are experienced people. We've done this before, and I think, like I said, we are blessed to do it again. So help us, help everyone, and continue to helping everyone. Thank you.